I got great news for all you OPEN shareholders out there. You may want to listen to what I have to say here in today's video. It is regarding Monday's price prediction. And if you have been keeping up with the channel, you are well aware that we do have a $7 price target set for OPEN. But in today's video, guys, I'm going to be giving you a new price target because I do feel as though that $7 price target is going to be reached and breached quite early in Monday's trading. Also, we're going to take a brief look at SOGP, which is my #1 stock to watch this week, and I'm going to explain to you guys why here in today's video. For those that is a part of the Discord, you actually caught this alert in real time. As you guys can see, on August 28th, I alerted SOGP for the entry price of $6. And as you guys can see from the price action, I alerted it here on the 28th, ladies and gentlemen. And since then, the stock has reached a high of $37. In fact, that is over 600% from our alert entry of $6 back on the 28th. With that being said, you too can get these alerts in real time. All you have to do is stop what you're doing, drop down in the comment section below, click that Discord link, which I have pinned, and let the gains begin. With that being said, I do feel as though that SOGP does have more room to run here this week, so you may want to listen to my price prediction. Now, before we get into everything, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to ask everyone out there just a quick poll. What city and state you're currently watching the channel from? I know the channel tends to actually have more Boston viewers than any city out there. So just checking back in to see if the demographics changed a little bit. So with that being said, let's dive right in. First stock we're going to talk about here in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, and that is SOGP. Now, if you did catch the alert over in the Discord, can you do me one huge favor and comment the ticker symbol in the comment section below? Now, what's very, very interesting here with SOGP these last 3 days of trading is the high short sale ratio. Now, the total short volume did drop drastically thanks to the jump in share price and that low share float. Now, anytime that we tend to actually see a short sale ratio above 8%, we consider that an aggressive short selling day. And since the major breakout here in SOGP back on the 28th, ladies and gentlemen, which actually caused a supply and demand effect very, very quickly, we did see that drop here in total short volume overall. And that's thanks to, again, micro float as well as the jump in share price. Now, this stock, SOGP, is giving me the feeling of RGC, ladies and gentlemen. And for those that have been keeping up with the channel, those that have been a part of the Discord, then you are well aware what took place with RGC. This is a stock that we also alerted here before this thing actually took off. We alerted it back on March, I want to say March 13th, for, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say like $6.15. We alerted this thing, and from that $6.15, ladies and gentlemen, the stock ran as high as $950. And I feel as though that SOGP, we may not run that high, but I do feel as though that the stock stands a very great chance to see the similar price action due to the low share float and backed by the high short sale, a daily short sale ratio that we're getting here in SOGP. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this should be on your radar this week for sure. If we go back to that short sale ratio, as you guys can see here, 14.09% here on that short sale ratio here from Friday. The day before that, 15.03, 13.78, 14.32. As you guys can see here, since that breakout day, only the following Friday is where we actually saw a short sale ratio below 10%. With that being said, that points to stacked short positions here, and things can get out of hand if we do see adequate buying pressure takes place here in Monday's pre-market trading. Now, seeing as though that we do see downwards pressure here in the aftermarket hours, that isn't anything that I will have too much concern for here just yet. If we take a brief look and just check out that 15-minute chart here really quickly, as you guys can see here, we did actually break that mid-Bollinger Band here, and it seems as though that we may actually feel this gap here early off in Monday's pre-market trading. But with that being said, if we do get that adequate buying pressure to roll in SOGP, which it doesn't take a lot of buying or selling to sway a share price when the share float is only 3.23 million. All we have to do is see is this share price jump above those $34 levels, ladies and gentlemen, and those short positions taken here on Friday's trading will be on the other side of the fence, and that's where pressure starts on the short side, and that's when you start to see shorts cover, and vice versa. If the stock was going down, that's where you will see longs and shareholders start to sell. With that being said, look for SOGP to actually cross those $55 levels here by the end of the week, and I am pretty darn confident with that one. Next stock we're going to talk about here in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, is OPEN. If you're currently holding the stock, can you please do me one huge favor and comment the ticker symbol in the comment section below. Now, before we dive into all of this, in case you were wondering what trading platform I am using, it is called Moomoo. And if you do want to sign up for Moomoo, remember, using my sign up link that is pinned in the comment section below will grant everyone this purchase screen. All you have to do is make your initial deposit of only $100, but that's not all. Moomoo also has some of the best trading tools and data out there, and that's exactly what gives new traders the edge they need to make smarter decisions every single day. Take their daily short sale analysis, for example. The daily short sale analysis lets you spot when short positions are stacking up, showing you the exact volume of shares being sold day. By tracking short interest, short percentage, and days to cover, you can identify when a stock is primed for a short cover rally before the crowd even see it coming. With tools like this at your fingertips, Moomoo isn't just a trading app, it's your competitive advantage in the market. And for those that haven't already, don't forget to follow me over on X at OBIfrmEM. Again, that is OBIfrmEM. Now, for those that don't know, OPEN was also alerted over in our Discord server. As you can see, I alerted OPEN back on August 22nd for the entry price of $3.70. And since then, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the stock has reached a high of $6.85. With that being said, I also feel as though that this thing does have more room to run thanks to its recent spike in retail investor interest as well as the economic sentiment. As you all know, interest rates have been coming down slightly, but not much to actually have a huge effect on the housing market as a whole. With that being said, we're seeing something that we haven't seen in quite some time, and a lot of people feel as though that this is going to have a major bubble effect, and I totally agree with them on that. This type of momentum isn't sustainable in the housing sector as a whole, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, this type of momentum isn't sustainable for any stock in the housing market. So expect a retracement and or correction here pretty soon in OPEN. With that being said, I do feel as though that we're going to actually reach and breach those $7 levels before we actually come across that correction. But would I be a buyer at these prices? No, ladies and gentlemen, I will actually wait until the correction actually takes place, because I do feel as though that that retracement and or correction, some people may call it, will actually bring us back down towards those sub $6 levels, back towards those between $5 and $5.40 levels here, for a slight consolidation period like we did see here. That is what we call a healthy correction, ladies and gentlemen, and that is something that we do want to see. Here on Friday's trading, we did actually break above that upper on the day on the Bollinger Band, but we came down a little bit. What we do want to see take place here, besides a major run here Monday, ladies and gentlemen, we would be comfortable if we do see tomorrow's candle actually close under the upper. Okay, as you guys can see here, bouncing off of that mid Bollinger Band here, we did actually ride that upper for quite some time, and we're still riding it. So again, we do expect to actually challenge this mid Bollinger Band here pretty soon. It's still currently on an upward trajectory, so we will be actually challenging that slightly higher than what we see here today, which points at $3.97 here on Monday. We should see this thing around $4.40. With that being said, if we just check out the short sell analysis, this isn't short at all, no pun intended. As you guys can see here, close to 14% here on Friday. The day before that, 10, 11, 12. As you guys can see here, no slouch when it comes to short selling OPEN, especially since it has gotten a recent retail investor interest. If you guys take a brief look and just check out the short interest here, just from the first half of August, as you guys can see here, it did pick up quite a bit, thanks to, again, the recent retail investor interest, which brings in, more often than not, a lot of volume. But as you guys can see here, looking at those block orders from Friday, we did actually get more covering than shorting, with that inflow in favorment of 4.27 million. Not much in comparison to the day before, but we will take it. Now, looking at that short sell analysis and that intraday chart, it is pointing to a short cover here for Monday's trading, and that is why I am still leaning towards we're going to reach and breach those $7 levels before we even come across a correction. My OPEN price prediction on the high end, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, we did have a $7 price target, but we're going to be changing that here today. New price target set for OPEN stands at $8.10, which we stand a very great chance to actually cross here before Wednesday. And again, if you're currently holding OPEN, can you please do me one huge favor? Share this video on Reddit, Twitter, StockTwits, whatever social media platform you may have, and may the gains be with you.